But thanks to these people representing our committees who will be presenting this evening for you, they have. And I, as I said earlier, am so appreciative that they have continued these services for Friendsview. They, as before, will speak without being introduced. They'll just follow themselves one after another. And a couple of them do need to leave quickly, so they'll probably go down the ramps. You're not.
Okay, you're taking my 6 minutes. I should have worn my boa. I don't look it, but I'm nervous too. Okay, let's see. Can I run this? I just want to thank the present Employee Appreciation Committee. My name is Francie Ritchie, if you don't know me. Oh, can you hear me now? Yes. Woo! Okay, I want to thank the present Employee Appreciation Committee, Linda Miner, Diane Petch, I probably murdered that, Carolyn Hale, Jeff Yoakum, Edie Uber, Jill Miller, Linda Godreau. They're fantastic. There's a couple of people up here who are no longer with us, and that's why I'm here tonight. I have a big sign here, which you cannot see, which says Help Wanted. Remember that. Is there anybody who's moved in after Christmas 2024? Okay, then some of this will be new to you. Okay, we celebrate our employees in June and December. And I love our employees. I used to be on the display case committee, and then after I finished with that, I really wanted to do, I love our employees. Is there anybody who also loves the employees? Yeah, I know. They go above and beyond. They really do. Yeah, they're fantastic. One of the ones we did in 2024, I can't remember, Jeff Holcomb, I know, did a poem at one time. I forget who did this photograph, but we called it Any Way You Slice It. We are super grateful for you, and we had pizza. In the summertime, we always invite them for lunch, and Edie Uber from Meadowway designed the card. I think she did it somehow. Is Edie here? No, she's probably out at Meadowway. But anyway, I love that card. And You Light Up Our Lives, and some of the residents ate outside. It was a big celebration this year. And in December, we said, thank you to our one dear full staff, and that's some of our wonderful staff. So why I'm here is I've been on the committee for 4 years, and what happens is people come and go on the committee, they age out or whatever, and I'm not good at designating. I'll be very honest with you. So I would take pictures, I would write the connections articles, and I never got to say, would you do this, would you do that? So that's why I'm here, because after 4 years, I think it's time for me to turn over the reins. So either for one person to be chair or 2 people to co-chair. I've been very blessed because Linda Godreau has been a secretary the last couple of years, and it's been much better for me. It's like we're co-chairing, and that she's very, what is it, left brain? Very, you know, she's amazing, and I'm very right brain, so we're a great match. So are you out there? Do you know someone would be a good match for you? So that's why I said help wanted. Bring your energy and talents, either one chair or 2 co-chairs, 1 new secretary, I think Linda's ready to turn over the reins, writer to interview staff, and publish in communication connections, photographer to take event and staff pictures, any enthusiastic resident who loves our staff, because I don't know about you, I wish we could pay them more, but I don't want our rates to go up. Excuse me over there. So, and this year we had a wonderful way you can pay every month if you want, or we have boxes at the front of the building and near the elevator here, and you can donate, or you can just take it out of your bank account and slip it in here, so. So meetings, if you don't like meetings every month, this is a great committee. That's one of the reasons, because I don't like meetings, I'll be very honest with you. So April, May, June, we plan the one in late June, and then October, November, December. So if you are interested in being mentored, either as just a committee member, a co-chair, a single chair, any gift that you can bring, the more people, the less work for everybody. So please let us know. That's my email. And in the next connections, you'll see my phone number. It's a Massachusetts area code, so don't be surprised. And Linda Gaudreau, you can also email her. If you have any questions, if you want to get to know the staff, if you want to get to know residents, if you're new and you just want to schmooze with people, this is a great committee. Am I okay? I think I'm under 6 minutes. Aren't I? Aren't I? Thank you. Oh, what do I give? This? Oh.
On my way. I've got 6 minutes.
You got 6 minutes, girl. You go, girl.
I'll finish her demonstration for her. And these are some of our lovely staff. So I'm Carolyn Hale, and I'm a co-chair on the Environmental Stewardship. I'm Carolyn Hale, and I'm co-chair of the Environmental Stewardship Advocates. Aram is the other co-chair, and he did most of the slide stack that we have. Our goal is to advocate for, promote, and implement environmentally sustainable solutions that benefit Friendsview, our community, and our planet. And we educate, collaborate, encourage awareness, and take action on environmentally and sustainability issues. This is a group picture. We're pretty active, have a lot of people. We can always use more. In fact, I'm going to put a plug in later. The person not on here is Gage Hannon. He's our liaison. We consider everyone at Friendsview who supports and contributes to sustainability a part of our team. This year, we renamed ourselves, and we also have developed a logo. That was by Danielle Prow. She did that logo. It's really, really nice. So if you guys need a logo, talk to Danielle. We coordinate the on-site ongoing recycling across the campus. It's not all the same everywhere, but we try the best we can to make sure everything can be done in each place. We have expanded our scope, so we have, and this year there's been, the legislature put through a new law that will try and make uniform recycling throughout Oregon. That's, of course, there are people that was going to be paid for by the vendors, and so the vendors have decided that they're going to sue that. So we'll see whether we get that, but hopefully the idea of having it be the same throughout Oregon will be the same and won't have to come back, oh, in Portland I could do this. You know, we're going to try and make it. I'm pretty impressed with the changes that we can. Now we've added styrofoam, and we can do the food, as long as your food trays are clean and dry, we can do the styrofoam there also. And then corks, caps and lids, and milk juice and soup cartons, which, you know, those are the two, they're combination ones. And so we can, you probably were able to do it before in another place, but now we can do it here. We educate by our trash talks. I'm sure you've seen our trash talks. We're trying to standardize it. We've sent a letter of advocacy to the Oregon AG for climate accountability, and we've tried to make our wish list, our budget recommendations for things to think about for sustainability for Friendsview in the future. If you'll remember, on Earth Day, we had people come by and give a little prayer for the earth, and we handed you a flower instead. And then recently, we took a field trip to the new waste management facility in Northeast Portland, and it is state-of-the-art, the best in all of Oregon, and many, and Idaho, and a few other places also. So it's very good. We learned a lot, and we will have another. So we've had 2 field trips. I mean, is it fun to go on a field trip to a dump? I mean, yes, yes. And so we'll be having another field trip. So if you're interested in going on another field trip to the state-of-the-art place, then let either Aaron or I know, and we'll get you on a list. We also have that Next Trex the Next Trex challenge, and that's to get a bench. Now we have to collect 1,000 pounds of that clear, stretchy, clean, dry plastic. We've collected about 300 pounds, I think, at this point. We have till March. Don't throw any of it away without giving it to us. It goes into those Next Trex boxes, and then we'll get a bench for our community. And then we are contributing member to the CCRC's consortium, which is a great thing. We get ideas of what other places have done. It's a good collaboration. And then I think we've already talked about, from Cassandra, about trying to coordinate with other groups here. And we've done some education for the dining, maintenance, and housekeeping. We're updating the hub information. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's several different places all with different information, so we're going to try and make that uniform. We're going to be doing a community-wide survey, and you should get that in, I think, October, September. Hopefully that'll come out, and then please send those back. It'll be on the computer, or else you can get a hard copy if you want. September, thank you. Yes. We have a small group that are investigating safety of chemicals and the landscaping and housekeeping that we'll review. That's not going to be an easy job, but it's a very worthwhile job. And then trying to promote educational ideas. So what can you do? Reduce, reuse, recycle. And then in addition, I have such a present for somebody. We need help getting our clear, number one, the clamshells, those dry plastics. We need help getting those to New Seasons. And so right now, only one person is doing that. So look what I have. I have bags. And if there are some of you that go to New Seasons and would like to help out by taking a bag, I will let you keep that outer bag for the future. Are there any volunteers? Because we'll bring the bags to you right now. Thank you. We've got one. Do we have two? We have two. We have three. Ah! Thank you very much.
Well, this is everything that you've been looking for, I'm sure. I'm quite excited about this, about excited as you can imagine going to the Hangman's Noose. One thing we'd like to do is introduce you a little bit to what we're doing in the game rooms. And of course, this is the puzzles. That's the one I'm excited about. I think, as you know, a puzzle, some are hard, some are easy, but it works on the brain. And I think that's something all of us need, is a little bit of stimulation to keep that old thinker working. And I can't think of a better way than using puzzles. We've got any size that you want to have. We've got, as you can see, this picture is kind of fuzzy, but we got 1,000 pieces, 750s, 500s, 300s, and some smaller ones. And one thing that I'm trying to do is to keep the puzzles arranged so they're easy to get to, easy to see, and easy to select. And once you've gone through a puzzle, which I hope you do, well, then you bring it back, and just to the left, you'll see that little cabinet. Well, there's a plastic box sitting there. And put the used puzzle back in the box. And there I process it. One thing I do is once I get the puzzle, I look on the back of the puzzle, and there I have a sticker. And I would appreciate it. You put the date on it and the condition of the puzzle. If there's pieces missing, write it down. If it's wore out, write it down. And thereby I can cull out the ones that are no longer usable, and I'll replace it with a good one, because we have good ones coming in all the time. I just had a whole box of 1,000 pieces came in. And one thing I'd like to mention is the quantity of puzzles that you guys are putting together. I'm just amazed at it, and I'm thrilled about it. If I can get this paper out, I keep a record of the puzzles that are used, the different sizes. Like last month alone, there was 201 300-piece puzzles that were put together, 61 500s, 8 750s, and 15 thousands, for a total of 288 puzzles that were processed last month by you guys. And I think that's fantastic. So it's open to everybody. Take it home, put them together, and bring them back. And if they're good shape, we'll keep them. If there's 2 of them pieces missing, we'll think about it and do away with them, more than likely. Do away with them. Okay, now that's another thing. What we have, or what we are doing, is puzzles that we get too many 500, say, and you got to have room for it. So what are you going to do with them? So I've been boxing them up, and then we take those to the women's prison out of Wilsonville. And they have a money allotted for that, and they are so appreciated when we bring them a load of puzzles. And it's not hurting us a lick, but it's doing them a favor. And so that's a little bit what we do. Of course, going on with the pictures here, we got table tennis, we got pool. Anybody pool players? Oh man, so much for that. But it's an enjoyable place. Come down and join us. We got Wii games, we got card games, we got table games, just about anything you want. Main thing, let's use it, work on that old thinker, and get it working better. Thanks.
Thank you, Janet, and welcome to the Piano Committee. Our committee members are Phyllis, who prepared this presentation. You know Janet and myself. The purpose of the committee is to advise administration on Friendsview's pianos and organ. I already told you this. Okay. Some of our activities are evaluating pianos for donation to Friendsview, maintain a list of, I forgot to ask you, do you know that there are 10 pianos at Friendsview in public places? According to the piano tuner, that is very unusual. Thanks to administration for that. We schedule and host approved tunings. Maintain funds for moving pianos and other piano-related needs. Provide information to residents on piano technicians, tuning, or disposal of their own pianos. Evaluate donations and piano and organ music for the music room. Maintain a list of pianists. Thank you. Recent accomplishments with the help of Community Life. Oh, and I forgot to mention, actually, I want to recognize Tim Towers and Julie Nip for expediting getting a dolly for the piano that's in the lobby just in time for Donna Comfort and her friends, her family, to play a concert for us. The new dolly, yes, enables choir rehearsal and duo piano concerts. 3 grand pianos have been recently tuned, and the upright piano in Creekside. Thank you. And you can join us in sing-alongs in different places. And you're invited to enjoy playing the pianos located in Creekside Lounge, Manor 2, and the music room. And I wrote down the ending sentence here. Now you can have a few seconds. We have a few seconds left for a snippet of entertainment.
I hope I get to walk up to that every time. That was lovely. Greetings, everybody. I hope I get this crowd every time I am up here speaking. This is lovely. I'm not sure if I deserve it after our rate increase letter that went out yesterday. We shall see. It's good to be with you all on this Monday afternoon. I don't want to repeat what went out in my resident council report, so a few new items. I would be amiss if I didn't note that the rate increase letter did go out yesterday. We did hold our meetings last week, and I felt really well about the meetings, how they went, good dialogue. Since then, they haven't been as joyful, some of the responses. Still many folks have met with me and given me words of encouragement and blessing, even prayed with me. but there has been some emails since. Some have come through anonymous emails, but mostly still positive feedback. Some questions about why rate increase or no rate increase to Creekside, why 5% here or there. But for the most part, I would say still roughly 85% are sending positive feedback, but there is a number, 15%, I would say. Some reaching out to board members, some reaching out to myself and Christina, seeking clarity, expressing frustration. And I want you to know that we hear you, we understand, and if you'd like to meet with me individually, I'm happy to do so. If you'd like to seek more clarification, I am happy to do so. I know that that number is large, and we are doing everything that we can to work with our teams. In fact, a letter is going out to all of the staff tomorrow addressing it. There is some nervousness and some worrisome feelings happening with staff now about what's happening next with them and cuts and changes. And so we're working, Christina and I are working with the staff now and our department's heads to kind of get their temperature down, and how we're going to be able to work through expenses. So we're kind of combating it on two sides. But if you'd like to meet with me and talk with me, I know that Dale, our board chair, is fielding some emails, Christina and I, but we are here to work with you and talk with you and help through that. So please reach out if you can. Number two, this was a little bit of in my report with the Residents Council, but we do have a new sales and marketing agency that is coming out and doing a deep dive with our team next week. We're excited about them. Big national firm Rally is their name, coming out to help us and look at our programs, our services, and what we're doing to help keep our laser beam of focus, because as you've heard me say, and I will continue to say, nothing does anything greater for our organization than occupancy. And so we want to keep our rates down, fill our buildings. And there's no better organization out there than Rally to help us do that. And so I'm really excited about that. Me, Nicole, and our sales team will be meeting with them all day next Wednesday. So really excited about that. Number three, Scott and I had our bondholder call, our quarterly bondholder call. We had about 25 bondholders get on the call and look for a quarterly update from us. We reported on our Q3 financials and how that was going. Luckily knew several of the bondholders, and they were asking how we were going to do with our debt service coverage and days cash on hand. We were very transparent with them that we were likely going to miss both bond covenants for the end of the year, and how we were progressing towards that, changes we were making. And it was an uneventful call, which in the world of bondholder calls is a good thing. When they asked a few questions, asked us to run some forecasting, and then they all proceeded to just hang up on us. Again, you don't want your wife doing that, but you want your bondholders doing that. It's kind of the weird world of bond calls. So, I expect we'll hear from them, or I'll get emails from them or Ziegler here, but they did what they always do, ask a few questions, and then all of a sudden all you hear is click, 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 click. And so it was to be as expected. We are a couple other initiatives happening behind the scenes. We are beginning to meet, Christina and I are beginning to meet with a new group purchasing organization, a GPO named Insight. Purpose for that is we don't currently use one. Right now, one of our things is a lot of people have credit cards and they use Amazon, and I want that to be a little bit more structured of a process. And so we're working with an organization called Insight, who will be coming out to meet with us to restructure how we purchase all of our things. And group purchase organizations, there's several out there. Some use Leading Age, some use Insight, some use other firms that are out there. So we're starting to open up channels to synchronize all of our group purchasing through one organization so that it's through an agency that is discounted, more affordable, more efficient, more effective, and more cost appropriate for the organization, and hopefully saving us large amounts of money throughout the end of the year. And so just another tactic of ours to save, save, save. And then last but not least, just want to say that I'm excited that just this week I'm starting to start my neighborhood meetings, and even starting to, I have my first dinner this week. Tomorrow night I'll be joining Meadow Way for dinner tomorrow night. So excited about that. And I have my first, I'm not sure what it's called, my first coffee clatch is what I used to call them, my first coffee event, coffee with my people. And by my people, I mean Cherry Oaks Plus, my people where I live with. So my people. My people where I live, Cherry Oaks Plus, which is on Thursday. And so that's starting to happen. I'll be joining the Manor and Garden neighborhood folks, I think next week, for a coffee event with them. And so be on the lookout for me to surprise you at a dinner or a coffee event in your neighborhood. So now that things are settling down a little bit. So with that, I believe my 6 minutes are up. Maybe I took longer, I'm not sure. And if someone could play a little piano as I exit, that would be lovely. No? Or maybe sing a little song for me? Anything? Anybody? No? Okay, well with that, thank you all. It's lovely to be with you here this evening. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.
I was going to let Eric take my scooter, but I don't know where it went. I think somebody actually wheeled it away. So I'm going to let you just ride on down out. For those that don't know me, I'm Christina Jaramillo. I'm the Chief Operating Officer, and I think most of you know me, but actually headed up here today, I was surprised somebody said, "And who are you?" And I went, gosh, I've not done a good job at introducing myself to everybody on a regular basis. So I shouldn't take more than 3 minutes. How's that? Community life, as you know, when Laura left, we said we're not filling that position. We're continuing with that effort to kind of assess jobs as people vacate them. Eric spoke a little bit about it. We've talked about it at several meetings. In 2 weeks, on August 28th, Janet Herron is retiring. And as we do with all of these vacancies, we're looking at what the work is being done, how we can better streamline, and we are actually going to move Teresa McClister from facilities upstairs. She does a lot of work with you all around cable, fobs, that sort of thing. She's going to be moving upstairs and working with community life and doing a lot of the things that Janet did. There's a lot of duplication there. They worked in tandem in a lot of areas, and we're hopeful that we're going to find more efficiencies with that position. A lot of the processes have been paper processes with a lot of notebooks and handwritten forms, and we have been moving a lot of the forms. Did anybody else notice a lot of feedback from this microphone? Maybe I'm just hearing things. It's a distinct possibility. So as we move through modernizing a lot of the paper processes, we're educating the welcome desk staff in these basic operations like reserving a room, checking out a folding bed, the rolling beds, guest accommodations. As we make this information more accessible to our staff, more people will be able to support each one of you. So even though Janet's leaving, we are not replacing her role. We're kind of combining it with some of the stuff that's been done in facilities, as well as consolidating some of the stuff that those ladies do for staff as well, eliminating some of the duplication there. So more to come on that. Next week, I should be sending out to you all through probably the e-announcement, maybe a separate email, kind of who's doing what in community life. We've been working on it because there's been transition, and thanks to Carol Sherwood and somebody else, I'm trying to, maybe Virginia, suggested that we send this out to residents, so we know who's doing what. But really, it's not about the individuals, it's about which department. So we want to make sure that we're understanding that we've got backup in all areas where we haven't so much in the past. So also, massage therapy is coming to Friendsview. A licensed massage therapist who's been providing services for more than 23 years is also a certified geriatric masseuse. She'll be on campus on Wednesdays, some point in mid-September. She's got discounted rates for us, and her email, you'll book directly with her, and it's just like the barber shop or the beautician shop. You can have it run through your account, or you can pay her directly. So we're very excited about that. We also are looking at improving in some of our contracting stuff, as Eric mentioned. We're assessing our IT operations. As you all know, we brought our first IT technician as a Friendsview employee on site in June. We are finding significant savings there in the work that he's doing, but we're also still looking at our opportunities. So that's just another area that we're going to continue to work on. As Eric mentioned, kind of insight in everything that we're doing. We're looking for opportunities to not just save money, but do things more efficiently, and provide more robust services for everybody involved. And memory care, we're still out about what they tell us, about 14 days. But the state missed their deadline on Friday for feedback, so don't hold me to that date. I think that's all I really have tonight for you. Thank you so much.
Do you recognize any of these places? One is at Pennington. Another is at Sutton. And the other one is at Charles Beals Plaza. You heard a lot about puzzles this evening. Well, would you like to know, or do you know, how many puzzles there are here at Friendsview? They're just smiling, I don't know. This is only 3 of many, many public places here at Friendsview that people gather to do puzzles. You already know it's definitely over 350 because he had that many just returned to him. Well, I had a very nice elf say to me that they would be glad to go around and count all the puzzles here at Friendsview in the public places. And they came back and said, do you know these people like to hide their puzzles? So they're not necessarily in those public places. They store them here and there behind closed cabinets, but I really had a good elf. So what do you think? 400? 600? So, wow. 900? Well, the last count, they finally got into the memory care here in the Manor Building. The last count is about 850. So I am sure, although a lot of you are dressed for a really, really warm summer this evening, that as we go into these rainy, cool months, you have a good supply of puzzles to keep you occupied.
I did not think it would be possible. 10 presenters in 60 minutes. Thank you so much for coming. We will meet again in September, middle of September. The featured department will be finance. Scott Edwards, the CFO, will be sharing. And the activity groups will be education, the library, and archives. Thanks so much for coming.